What is going on? We are back again with another set of gameplay here. Miami at Detroit to close out the week, close out the midway point of the season. Should be interesting in this one. The two of the four top teams currently in the league as per the record, you know what I'm saying? Should be interesting. Miami, they are looking to stay afloat in the East, while Detroit, they're still chasing Huntington Beach. They cannot afford to lose another game, as that will make it a 3-game deficit between the two teams. It will be pretty interesting to see how it goes down. This is the trade deadline week, most definitely. So if you have any other trades that you have to do, make sure you get them in. I forgot to even say that. That's actually a pretty big thing. Yeah, trade deadline is here, and this will be the last game, so make sure you get me into your DMs if you want to make any trades. But we're going to go ahead and keep it rolling here as always. Thanks so much for stopping by, showing some love, getting the giveaway, getting the predictions. The question of the day is, who will lead all players in sacks tonight? And there's a list of 6 players, and then there's also an 8th option. For there will be 2+ players tied for most, so make sure you show some love in that as well. Get you some coin. Who knows who's gonna get the W? We only got to figure that out, and there's only one way to do it. Let's hit that play game button on the CBS ticker again to close out the week, and this is a pretty interesting game for sure. Miami in their away alternate unis, and the big homies in Detroit will be in their homes. They're going to be in the vivid blue. We are underway, as we'll see the kneel down there. He thought about it, was I'm him for real, but it's going to be the big homie Ciro Thomas coming through with the gameplay, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get into it. It's the end of this week. Well, actually, that's actually a good question. Let's probably look at that. It's going to see a pitch right side. There goes the big homie, Tamari Jones, taking that for a gain of 3. I've always thought that once week 7 ends, that'll be it. But I've been running stuff like the beginning of week 8. So I could let that run, give y'all some time if there was a case right there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's go ahead and say that. So the beginning of week 8 is where the trade deadline is, so make sure you get in before the first game starts, as we're going to pass this right side and caught, and it's going to be a big catch. There goes Montezuma Popico, making it happen. I got some trades I need to do. Okay, we'll run that then end of week 8. Because we really didn't notify you guys as well, so I'll give you some grace on that. So we get the rest of the weekend and the rest of the games going into week 8. Is Ryan Davis available? Let's go ahead and get into it, folks. Don't forget, 15 entries gets an extra drawing for the giveaway, as we're going to see a pass to the right side. It's 2nd and 9. How's everyone feeling? How's everyone's weekend so far? I'm hearing myself twice as we're going to see a pass right side. He's going to take off and avoid the sack. Here comes Cyril Thomas picking up 9, and that'll make it 3rd and inches. Third and inches, handing this one off, pushing forward and rumbling to get past the 35 to about the 32. That's going to make it 1st and 10 coming up here. I've been learning textures and mod and stuff, so it's been annoying and frustrating, but been good. Yeah, it's a little bit of a process. Once you get used to it though and know what fouls to look for, it gets easier every time, as that is going to be a stop in the backfield. And it's going to be 2nd and 13. Let's send for real to the beach. Or are you saying bench? Send them to Cancun, you know what I'm saying? Shotgun set, here comes Ciro again, faking the handoff, sets in the pocket, throws right side and caught. And speaking of the double, I'm him for real, coming through with the big catch, getting them inside Miami territory. It's going to be 1st and 10. Mike Jack up in here. Kaylee D up in here. What's popping? How you doing? Looking midfield and caught. Securing the catch is Montezuma again. 2nd and 1 coming up here. No looks yet for the biggest stepper, Uncle Swoosh, who's on pace to be leading the league going into week 8 and receiving yards after a big game. As right now Vic and the big homie Carlton Banks is leading. I got the stats up as the big homies in Detroit get the touchdown. I seen the touchdown the whole time, but I wanted to complete my thought. A great drive ends there for Detroit to start the game off. Kick is going to be up and it's going to be good. 7-0. Detroit on top. Jax James coming onto the field pretty soon. Let's see what he does with the team. What's Miami's record right now? I believe they are 4-3. I could check that. I could double check that. Ryan Davis said 4-3, so they're gonna go ahead and do it there. We got 12 people in the giveaway right now. 3 more get you right as we're going to see the first handoff to Mr. Tyler Jones. TJ Maxx getting past the 30, but there is a flag, so it's going to go ahead and back him up. 4-2. There you go, 4-2. Well, if they lose tonight against Detroit, they will be 4-3. Same record as Detroit right now. They're both 4-2 right now. Looking for a man here. Going to spin away from pressure. Then throws it right side and no one home. It's going to be 2nd and 15. Going to be a handoff pushing forward. Going to get those yards back to make it 3rd and medium. Here comes Miami looking for the first down play. Yeah, so as the current standings are, both teams are 2 games back. Actually, technically 3 games back if you count the fact that the number 1 teams in each conference beat this number 2 team. So they're currently 3 games back, but a loss here tonight will make them 4 games back. So there's definitely a big game for them to see if they can sneak their way into the number 1 seed, although they'll need the teams up top to lose in order to make that happen. My boy Goosebusters, Hawkbusters coming through. Goosebusters and Hawkbusters both had great games this week for DC and Huntington Beach respectfully. Is a pump fake here, and he's going to go deep with it this time. Catch them slipping in. The shield just could not hang on. Justin Brown got lucky. It's going to be 2nd and 10 coming. You hate to see those. He said you got to cut him for that one. B-Jack couldn't bring that one in as a handoff. TJ Maxx getting swarmed and going to get past the 40. It's going to be 3rd and 8. I probably should have added a no sacks option in that prediction there. Oh well, we'll keep it moving. 3rd and 8 coming up here. Gonna pass it again. Looking for a man. Almost sacked, but gonna find a man, and he cannot hang on. As number 4, Phoenix Jones, couldn't hang on to the football, and the defense of Detroit gets the job done. We'll see the first punt of the day. But as of right now, in the East Coast, DC leading the way 7-0. Got a point differential of 212. That is currently leading the league. Very great team all the way around. Almost got caught slipping against Dallas, but overall great season for them. Miami sitting at 4-2. If they win tonight, they'll move to 5-2, which would secure them in the number 2 seed. Pittsburgh right behind them. They won their game, so now they're 4-3. Holding on to the 3 seeders. We'll see a handoff there to Tamari Jones. 5 carries, 12 yards for him. And then sitting in the 4 seed is Charlotte, 2-5, taking a big loss there to Huntington Beach earlier this week. And to close out the East Coast is going to be New York, who is still searching for win number 1 on the season, who's going to go halfway through without a victory. The only team not to get one, as we're going to see Zero again. Quick pitch and cannot hang on to swoosh as 3rd and 2. Going into the West Coast, Huntington Beach, they're the number 1 team currently, and we're going to see DC and Huntington Beach to close out week 8 next week, so make sure you watch out for that game. Biggest game of the season. Detroit right behind them, 4-2, 3 games back currently, as we'll see a handoff again. There goes Jones pushing forward and breaks the tackle, trying to get another one, and he'll just get the first down play there. Great job. Detroit with a plus 52 point differential. So right now, DC, Miami, Huntington Beach, and Detroit are the only, well, they could take that back. Dallas also has a positive point differential. They're sitting at 2-5 though, with a plus 14. So there's definitely talent. They just got to go ahead and put it all together. They currently are, let's see, they're the top 3. 1, 2. Yeah, actually they have a top 3 offense, which is pretty crazy to say right now, right? Assuming Detroit doesn't score more than 8 points, which they're currently at 7. They're currently holding on to that, as King Maximus was strong on that one, but he almost throws a pick. And there goes D'Angelo Jackson. Actually, not, is that D'Angelo? I thought it was 24. That's another player there I couldn't quite remember. But yeah, currently sitting in the 3 seed, 2-5 on the season. But just keep in mind that St. Louis is right behind them, also with the 2-5 record, and Tacoma is also there with a 2-5 record, holding down the final spot. As we're seeing a pass there, right side and caught. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming. Is that D-Jack? I thought he was 24. Then who's 24? I'm tripping. Anyways, we're going to keep it moving here. 1st and 10. Detroit trying to score again. Quick pitch left side and caught. Turning up is Montezuma inside the 40. And it's going to make it 1st and 10 coming up. No, D'Angelo Jackson's 24. Miko Myers is 21. There you go. Miko Myers, the rookie safety. As we're going to see a pass here, looking for a man spinning off and throws the right side and wanting to throw a pick. He's going to throw one. And we're just talking about the big homie. Miko's running free to the 20, down to the 15, 14 yard line. And Miami's in business. They switched? Oh, they switched? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't switch it in the roster. That's what it was. Okay. I got you. I feel what you're saying. Okay. But it's all good to go. All good to go. Jax James looking for the touchdown. Gonna be a handoff, pushing forward. Big hole. Gonna get inside the 10 is Bucky Irvin Jr. It's gonna be 2nd and 4 coming. He said, that's my fault. It's all good. It's all good. And that is going to be a neutral zone infraction. That'll make it half a distance to the goal. Take it to the 4 yard line. Here comes Miami. Looking to tie this ball game up, expecting a good game. Handoff here, pushing forward and going to get stuck. And he's going to lose a little bit of yardage. There's Tyler Jones, 2nd and goal coming up. Handoff, pushing forward, finding a crease, getting to the 2 yard line. Thomas Noble making the play. Is going to be 3rd and goal. Fourth and goal coming up here. They got the stop, and it's all good to go. We're going to take this into the end of the first quarter. We're going to go ahead and set up here. They look like they were going for it before it flicked over. So will they keep the same decision here? Yes, they will. Miami says they have the ability to get up in there. Jax James out for season, first play of the game. Looking right side and wide open. Tyler Jones, and he overthrew him. Jax James 0 for 4 to start the game. And Detroit's going to start off at the 1. That's unfortunate. Couldn't have asked for a better route there by your halfback. He made it happen. But you got to put it on the money. And And that's going to put Detroit in a precarious position. We'll receive the first sack of the game. Going to throw this one away. It got close. 2nd and 10. Gonna be turning it up, gonna get some breathing room, just a little bit though. Tamari Jones bottled up after a gain of 1. It's gonna make it 3rd and 9. Third and 9 coming up here. Pistol formation, and they're just going to hand it off, see if they can get something. They're going to get to the 5-yard line, and although Detroit doesn't get the first down or extend the drive, they do keep points on the board, off the board there for Miami. So Miami's going to have to fight their way back down the field to get their first points of the game. You say you should turn injuries on just for funsies. I've thought about it. That would be insane. That would be pretty crazy. I'm not even going to lie to you. This is going to be a punt sending this one away. Going to be returnable, but not that much on the return. Solid punt there. As Jack Shame still searching for completion number 1 on the ball game. It's going to set up 1st and 10. Going to keep it on the ground here, bouncing outside, and not too much there. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Gonna pass it here, looking for a man on the field, and gonna be caught. And there goes the first catch of the day. There goes Dusty Rooks picking up 15. And that's going to make it 1st and 10 coming up. Inside the 40, Miami goes, trying to tie this ball game up. Shotgun set. Keeping it on the ground, but not much home. He's going to get shut down on that play. It's 2nd and 10. Led by Michael Rury and Calvin Thomas there in the middle, logging that up. Second and 10 coming up here. Passing it again, looking for a man. Steps to his right and is going to get a sack. And there goes Sonny D's splitting it with one player. I couldn't quite tell who it was. But a great job there by the rookie. See if we do a replay. Nope, no replay. Gonna be passing it again, looking for a man, throws it short, and that's not going to be enough for the first down, as Detroit's defense is going to shut him down again. It's 4th and 14. Brian Eshelman up in here. We need one more entry to get the spin going on, as this one looks to be going out of bounds, and it will, and I think it's at the 1-yard line again. Cyril Thomas back onto the field. Second drive in a row. He's going to be pinned at the 1. And they're looking to avoid the safety for the second straight drive, but they're going to hand it off and get maybe a yard. That's really about it. It's 2nd and 9 coming. Another handoff, trying to get a crease, and he does. Going to juke up to get to the first down mark. They're going to say he's short, as Entrevis Quentin gets his first touch of the game for about 9.5. Going to be a handoff again, pushing forward, big hold. There goes Jones past the 20, and they're looking to start this drive off right. They're about less than 80 yards away from doing something great. They're about 50 yards away from field goal range. Here comes Thomas again over the top and caught. Gonna be Tito Gonzalez coming through with the play. It's gonna be 1st and 10 again. High snaps, gonna push forward to pick up 1 is Quentin. It's gonna be 2nd and 9. Big drop back looking for him, man. Going right side and caught, but he had his foot out of bounds. That's not going to count. 3rd and 9. Here comes Detroit. And there goes Rhino Dobbins looking out for brother. We're going to get that first spin going on thanks to him. So shout out to him as we're going to see him get the 20 TPE off rip along with his teammate, Jax James. Or Miko Myers. So we're going to see the pass here, launching a deep left side and caught. The biggest stepper coming through with the big catch, and Detroit's on the move, starting to drive at the 1. And here they are deep inside Miami territory with that play. Going to be passing it again, looking right side, going to be caught, taking it past the 25. Is going to make it 2nd and 4.
Let's go, y'all. Keep our boys.
As that is going to be a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be on Miami.
No! We gotta do our job, man! All right, go get him now. Let us dictate.
It's going to be 1st down coming up here for Detroit. They only need a 4. The penalty gave them 5. So we're going to see Ciro again spinning away from pressure. Chase down to throw it away. And it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Let's do it. Stay loose. Stay loose. Posse in the game.
Baby girl. Going to be passing it again, looking for a man left side and caught. There goes swoosh again inside the 10. And Detroit's moving this rock. They've had the more successful offenses between the two teams up to this point. 2 catches, 39 yards there for number 4. And they're keeping it moving here so far. Gonna be passing it again, looking for a man. Step to his right, throws there, and gonna find his mark, and Tito's gonna score again on the season. 2-score game in favor of the home team, Detroit Hellhounds, and we'll see if Miami can get back into it, but Detroit's on 1 as they complete a 99-yard drive. Kick is up. Kick is all day. And Miami's going to be down 14-0. So looks like there was only one person on the prediction there. They said that Maximus is going to lead all players in sacks, which honestly is not a bad bet. So the players I said is Chambers for Detroit, Maximus from Miami, Rory from Detroit, Dobbins from Miami, Thomas from Detroit, Butler from Miami. I said anyone else, which would be other, or two or more players will be tied for the most. And so far there was only one. So we'll see if Maximus leads away. If not, then he just loses his coins. It'd be like that sometimes, as we'll see the pass here more than likely from Miami. I take that back to keep it on the ground, looking for a lane, and is going to push past the 25. He's going to be 2nd and 3 coming up. Hope I win, because just a guess at this point, yeah. So far, he's got close a few times to Thomas, but he hasn't quite got to him. And that was one move, like he was like, what in the hell? I wish... That's crazy how he was moving on that play. As we're going to see the handoff again, breaks one tackle, rumbles forward, and he's going to be a little short of the first, but great effort there by TJ Maxx. Is going to be 3rd and inches. Gonna be passing this one, spinning away, and I think it's gonna be a Chambers sack. And he just took the lead. 4th and 12. Because we're up to that point, it was only half a sack by like 2 players. Sonny D's and another player, couldn't quite tell who it was, but that put Chambers in the lead. So we'll see what happens here as Swoosh is trying to cut through a crowd, not going to quite make it, and that's going to go ahead and put Cyril Thomas back onto the field with a 2-minute warning. Passing it again, looking for a man, gonna go short with it and caught. Gonna try to get the first, and he is gonna pick it up. I'm him for real, making it play. Passing it again, looking for a lane. Gonna launch this right side and going to be incomplete, as that was really great defense there. It's gonna be 2nd and 10 coming up.
Let's go now, let's go. Come on, boys.
'Gonna pass it here, looking for a man to throw to off the back foot. Gonna find number 54, that's Spooky Willows, getting to the 35, and that'll put him close to field goal range. Detroit on the move again. We'll be passing it again. Sets in the pocket, right side, and punched out of the hands. There goes number 31, Miko Myers. Is going to be 2nd and 10 coming.
Let's go do it. Ready, break.
39 seconds with 2 timeouts. Here comes Thomas again, middle of the field, and caught, turn up. There goes Swoosh inside the 15, and they'll call the timeout there. 33 seconds now. Shotgun set. Looking for the score. Here comes Thomas again. Sets his feet. Gonna get turned up and get sacked. And Anthony Simmons is gonna get into the mix. It's gonna be 2nd and 20. And they'll more than likely call the timeout. Give him a chance to kick the field goal. They're gonna go no huddle on this, and they'll go ahead and burn it with 12 seconds left. Going to be passing it, look for a man, going to launch his left side, going to be incomplete, and that could have been dangerous if he caught that. That would have been the end of the that would have been the end of the half, but they're going to set up 9 seconds left. Damian Chambers up in the building. He said, "What's up? Let me get my team a W." He already got a sack on the game as Javon Gusto goes ahead and knocks this one through, and we have ourselves a 17-0 ball game. Miami trying to find some life. The fans in DC is thanking Detroit. But don't forget, we've seen a similar setup like this with the Dallas DC ball game. One team got to a big start and ended up losing it with the last 30 seconds of the ball game. We'll see what happens here as we're going to see the return. Going to find the crease and not finding too much there. Zaki Hernandez. 1 more second left and they'll go ahead and kneel this one out. And we'll go ahead and get into our spins here, as we're going to go ahead and keep it moving here. Thanks so much for stopping by, showing love to your boy, showing love to the league. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing popping here. 6 strongs coming up here as Talon Rikerstone is going to pick up one. We got one for B-Jack, so D'Angelo Jackson or Just Chill. We have Slam Bam Huckabee. Norman Bates, so that's Norman Martell or Jordan Banks, whichever one he chooses. We got Sean Justice getting into the mix there. And then close out the first half drawings, it'll go to Mr. Psycho Sid doing his thing. So shout out to the big homie there, Carlton Banks getting one. And you want to go to Golden Hands, it'll go to Golden Hands. Nothing wrong with that. Gonna be a return here to start out half number 2 of finding the creases. Aki to take it past the 25 down to the 28. And we'll see Miami try to get themselves back into it. And they're going to go ahead and make a quick motion. Tyler Jones going to get the touch, blocking a solid. He's going to break a tackle to get past the 35. And that's going to make it a gain of 7.
Let's do this, man.
He said, hate to say it, but ain't no team DC. This game over. I mean, Huntington Beach did a comeback like twice this season. Against Pittsburgh and against Miami, ironically enough. As you're going to see the quick pitch middle of the field and going to be caught. There goes Mr. Rooks coming through with it. Well, Miami game should have been over like 3 times against y'all. Yeah, fair. That is fair, but I ain't call it. That's just what happened. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I ain't calling the plays. I just do commentary, but it's all good. It's 1st and 10 coming up here. That game was going back and forth anyway. Looking right side wide open and dropped that one right before he got hit. He dropped that one. So gotta get those hands up a little bit. 2nd and 10. Yeah, speed option cheese. We'll see if it pops up here for Miami. That's a pretty crazy play though. See, the speed option can work, but not against teams with fast linebackers, as that is going to be an easy false start. Offsides there. Swoosh house up in here was popping. You missed the first set of giveaways, but it's all good. Style Stern there with the penalty. Yeah, if you're going up against a team with fast outside linebackers, you're essentially asking for trouble doing the speed option. Gonna be a fake of the handoff here, looking for a man left side and caught, stays in bounds, rumbles inside the 25-yard line, and this is clearly the best drive of the game here for Miami, who's trying to come back. It's gonna be 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Hold the ring.
Handoff, pushing forward, cutting up and trying to find a crease. He will at least get to about the 21-yard line. Strong effort there after contact. It's going to be a gain of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. Looking for a man is Jack's going to throw it right side. That's kind of dicey, but he does get it over there to Phoenix Jones. I thought that was going to get cut off there, similar to that interception we seen from Ciro earlier. But it's going to be 3rd and 1. 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Still plenty of game left. Gonna send a man in motion. PJ Max in the backfield trying to cut through and gonna get that 1st down, getting to about the 12-yard line. 7 carries, 23 yards. Honestly, both run defenses playing very well. It's gonna be 1st and 10. Going to be a handoff here, pushing forward, and he's not going to get too much there. 2nd and 10. Handoff again in a big hole, pushing forward and going to get close to that 1st down mark. Miami on the move here. It's 3rd and 1 coming up. TJ Maxx wants to touch here in these situations, but he's not going to get it here. He's going to set the block and going to find his man in the back of the end zone. And I don't know if they're going to give him the touchdown. We got to see what the flag is. And it's going to be pass interference on defense. Did he secure the touchdown, though? They said he secured the touchdown, so they'll go ahead and decline it. And that's going to be touchdown Trident. Getting down the field, making it happen. Jack James, he's going to go ahead and punch it in. (17-7) is your score. Miami finally puts a dent into this deficit. And now they'll need their defense to reciprocate, give them another chance. They gave them an interception. They wasn't able to do too much off of it. They tried to get a touchdown earlier. They were pretty close, but they failed. So that's 2 different drives here for Miami where they couldn't get touchdowns or any type of points, along with 2 opportunities pinning Detroit inside the 5-yard line at the 1. So that's safeties that they missed out on. So there's a lot of points still on the field here for Miami, and they're lucky enough for them. They still have a lot of time to get something cooking, but they got to find a way to get to number 7. Going to be passing it middle of the field and caught. First down play. There goes I'm him for real. And it's 1st and 10. Here comes Detroit. Taking a handoff here, then goes short with it. Caught, stays in bounds. There goes Jones. First down play. Midway point of the 3rd quarter. We're going to go ahead and keep it moving. A gain of 13. Handoff here, pushing forward, cutting through, getting close to midfield, I should say. It's going to be 2nd and 7 coming up here. Miami trying to get off of the field. Short drop back, spinning away, throws it backwards. Gonna be caught, but that's gonna be a loss right there. Or did he get a yard? Threw that one backwards there for sure. Third and 9, big 3rd down here for Miami. They need to get to the quarterback. They won't, and they're going to let Swoosh get free down to the 30. Big hold there in the middle, and Detroit takes advantage of it. Uncle Swoosh is going to cash out. They're back in field goal range with that play. 1st and 10, Detroit. Perfectly timed play right there for the Hellhounds, looking to get some more. Going to be passing it again, looking right side, and going to be knocked out of the hands there. Chris Cross, I haven't said his name all day. One of my favorite players to watch. He's going to go ahead and make the stop. 2nd and 10. And honestly, they can still afford to give up a field goal, all things considered. They just need to make sure that they score on the other end. Going to look for a man here. Going to set his feet and throw a dart right there to I'm him for real. And they're inside the 25 with that one. 3rd and 3. Once again, another big 3rd down here. Gonna pass this one again, goes right side in some coverage, and that was dicey, but the defense here of Miami gets the play they need, and they'll hold Detroit to a field goal attempt. Like I said before, they could afford to give up 3 in the situation. Keep it a 2-score game. Try to whittle away that lead. 4th down, kick is up there, and it will be good once again. And it's going to be all day. Pretty successful kickers all the way throughout the league. Not that many misses that we've seen so far in the first half of the season. then again, majority of the kicks we've seen have been less than 45 yards. So most of the kickers here, they're fully upgraded. So they said they're ready to go knock these through. There's a few kickers that are still yet to miss a field goal. Javon Gusso is not one of those. And when I say field goal, I mean field goals and extra points. As we're going to go ahead and see this one go into the end zone, another touchback. And this is a big drive here for Miami. My personal opinion, score a touchdown before the end of the third quarter. That'll be best case scenario, my personal opinion. Make it a one-score game going into the fourth, and then keep it pushing. As we're going to see a pump fake here. Going to stand tall and run straight into a sack. And there goes Kamikaze Von Doom getting the sack. And I think he split it there with Trevor Halifax. Yes, he did. Trevor Halifax there, right there with him. Miami on the 2nd and 20 situation here. Shotgun set. Going to be passing it here. Getting chased immediately. He's going to use that speed to cut up and get those yards back to make it 3rd and 9. Could have been a lot worse. But the awareness kicking in there. He felt the pressure as soon as he hiked the football. And he started running. That left side blitz. Forcing their hand, but there's the play breakdown there. A lot of rushes so far from Miami, but they haven't been successful with it. Should have been offsides. They don't call it. Looking to step up. Avoids the sack for a little bit, but Styles Stern gets sent in there. And I think he split another sack. As the defensive line here for Detroit stands tall to give their offense another chance. What a job there. And Jax James and Cyril Thomas, 2 quarterbacks that hardly ever get sacked because of how fast they are. These are 2 scrambling type quarterbacks here that have the ability to beat you with your legs. As Cyril Thomas in a really good spot here to try to turn up. Going to be a handoff here and going nowhere with it. It's going to be 2nd and 9 coming up. Making a handoff, we're going to get blitzed immediately. There goes Rhino Dobbins getting into the mix. And who split the sack with him? Was that King Maximus? I'm pretty sure. Great job there. 3rd and 17 coming up. I'm pretty sure King Maximus was right there with them on the sack. As there's the final 10 seconds of the third quarter. Miami with another chance to get off of the field. They're going to send a blitz. King Maximus in chase. Hits as he throws, but he's going to find Montezuma and he cannot hang on. And we'll see if that comes back to haunt Detroit. As that's going to be 4th down. Miami's going to get the the punt return here. And they'll have their chance to try to cut into this lead again. Sending this one away. Aki Hernandez trying to find a block. He's going to get past the 30. And that's going to make it 1st and 10 as we turn into the 4th quarter. Let's go ahead and throw your 4s up in the chat. And we got ourselves a good ball game here. Miami still in this one. They just need to find their way to get their offense rolling. We're not going to be seeing too many run plays going forward. 1st and 10 coming up. Going to send a man in motion. Going to be faking the handoff here. Looking at throws right side and going to be caught. Only 71 passing yards so far here for Miami's quarterback. Not very pretty. It's going to be 2nd and 12. Miami hasn't really been passing the football a lot anyway. They've been on a very run-heavy set. This is going to be 2nd and 2 coming. Going to be looking for a man here. Going to go ahead and step back. Throws off the back foot and going to be incomplete. as Johnny Butkus couldn't hang on to it. And looks like Dante Chambers is going to add on to his TPE set. Going to get that 50 TPE package there in the Twitch store for 4,999 coin. 3rd and 2 coming up. Here comes Miami, shotgun set. And they're going to pass it again. I don't blame him. Going to step up and throws on the run and finds his man. Just enough for the first down play. Dusty Rooks adding on to what's been a solid game for him. It's going to be 1st and 10. First down, going to send a man in motion here, looking for a man again, going to set his feet, goes left side and caught. Butkus is going to get close out of bounds, but not quite. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Shotgun set here. Gonna be passing it, gonna launch it right side, and going to be caught, turning up and gets up in there. Climb the ladder, Levi. 1-score game after an immaculate catch over the top. And I think that was Mikey Jackson too. We gotta check the replay on that, but that was nice. Yes, that was Mikey. Tried to swat it away, could not get his hands on it, and that's all she wrote. And we have ourselves a 1-score game here tonight. What a play. What a player, I should be saying. Kick is going to be up, and the kick will be good, as we got ourselves a real good one, folks. Don't go anywhere. Final 10 minutes here in the 4th. Sending this one away. Cyril Thomas coming through. Up 6 here in the 4th. Offense looking for some life as they're going to start on the ground. Don't blame them, as Tamari Jones is going to pick up a few yards there. Going to make it 4. Yeah, they tried you on that one, and it worked. 50-50 ball in favor of the offense. Shotgun set. Detroit trying to keep the ground game a factor here, and it's going to be bounced outside, cuts back in. Now it's 3rd and 2. And Travis Quentin coming through with the carry for a gain of 4. Gonna be handing this one off here, cutting up, 1st down and a little bit more. And Travis Quentin adding on to the gameplay. It's 1st and 10 coming. High snap again, and it's going to be a handoff using his blocks to get another 1st down, but the referee is going to call it short, 2nd and inches. Half formation coming, short drop back. Gonna look and throws it short to a side end who was wide open. It's gonna be good. Why are you ringing? But it's going to be 1st and 10 here. I should probably turn my speakers off. That's pretty crazy. That should freak me out. I shouldn't be drinking and doing this. See all that ringing? It's crazy. My phone's ringing and everything like that. It's 1st and 10 coming up. Going to be looking for a lane, and he's going to cut up and get to the 45, rumbles to about the 42. And that's a gain of 6 on that play. Second and 4 coming up here. Looking for, man, no one home, and now it's a big 3rd down coming up here. Who wants it more? Shotgun set. 0 back there with Intervice. Gonna block for him. Gonna throw on the run under some pressure and finds his man. He's him for real. Because his set is, I'm him for real. And Detroit opens this game back up. And an immaculate play there by Thomas gets it done, rookie to rookie. Gave up a touchdown, put a touchdown back up on the shelf. What a play there by the rookie quarterback, the highest rated rookie quarterback in the league as per the sim we're using, as Miami is going to look to send that interior pressure. It works initially, but not as well as they wanted to, as they left the big home at Tamari Jones out there by himself. And it's back to a 2-score ball game. 14 points to be exact. What a player there, as they're going to look at the 2-pointer again. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Great play indeed. Sending this one away, and it's going to be 1st and 10 coming up. Here comes the big homies here in Miami, trying to do the unthinkable. Down 2 scores with less than half a quarter. Well, slightly more than half a quarter, I should say. And they're going to go with the shotgun. They got to expect the passes from here on out. Looking for a man. Going to go short with it in. Caught, turning it up. Breaks 1 tackle. Stays in bounds. Rumbling forward. And he's finally going to get out of bounds. Very great effort there to pick up 8. Going to send the man in motion here, 2nd and 2. They're going to fake the handoff, quick pitch right side, and almost throws a pick. AJ Frost said no to that play. 3rd and 2 coming up. Faking the handoff. Protection solid, pass right side is caught, and they're going to give him a free 15. Make it 3rd and 2. Make it 1st and 10. That's inside Detroit territory with that play. Great job. And they're going to be on the 43-yard line after that one. Automatic 1st down, pretty simple. Pretty cut to the chase right here. Case closed. Shout out to my anime fans there. Is going to see 1st and 10 coming up. Going to be another fake of the handoff. Going to step up and take it and throw it away before it gets too crazy. It's going to be 2nd and 10. I don't know why he was running straight towards the pressure, though. That's pretty crazy. Faking the handoff again. Protection breaking down a little bit, but the catch is going to be made there at the 30. Dusty Rooks very, very heavily used here in this ball game. 1st and 10 coming. Gonna be a fake of the handoff again. Look right side and caught again in traffic. That's Thor Voss there. Actually, I take that back. It's Thomas Noble II. They had the same number. I forgot he got traded. I'm pretty sure he got traded. Passing it again. Looking left side, gonna be deflected, and it's gonna be 2nd and 10. Thor Voss. Didn't Thor Voss get traded from Miami? Pretty sure. I could be wrong. I thought he got sent to like Tacoma or something like that. Yeah, he is in Tacoma. I was right. See, I remember some stuff. But that's what confused me though. They had the same number. You know what I'm saying? 2nd and 10 coming looking for a man. They got across it, sits in the pocket, and that was just a bad pass there by Jack James. I think he was expecting them to keep on going and try to get some yards after their catch, but going to be 3rd and 10 regardless. Passing it, going to be caught short of the mark. It's going to be 4th and 4. We'll see what happens here on this play. They got to go for it. If they don't get anything, if they don't get a touchdown, this is a wasted drive, and may waste the game for them, because they got to get past the 6-yard line to keep the drive alive. It looks like they're going to go ahead and make some adjustments here. Looking for a man, going to launch right side, and there's no one home. Miscommunication there by the offense, and Detroit stops them for the 2nd time here in the red zone. And that should have been picked off, honestly. Mikey Jackson could have made up for that, giving up that touchdown. But yeah, we'll put the offense onto the field. I'm him for real with a great game. 7 catches, 105 yards, got the touchdown. As we're going to see a delayed handoff here, bounce into the right side and rumble to about the 16. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Handoff again, gonna get chased down from the back. It's gonna be 3rd and 4 coming up. Miami trying to get that ball back. Miami trying to get off the field here. More than likely going to be another carry. They're going to stretch it, trying to cut around the edge, and he's going to get close, but Miami's going to call the timeout there to give them the 2-minute warning on the back end. I'll send this one away. Gonna be returnable. Here comes Aki, who's gonna spin off one man to get past the 40-yard line. It's gonna be 1st and 10 coming up here. Almost got a man off sides. Looking for a pass to throw it. Looking left side and going to be incomplete. Reese Rockefeller there in coverage. It's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Gonna pass it, sending 5 at him, and he's gonna go ahead and launch it deep again, trying to get it, and there's gonna be some great defense there. Number 9 says, make sure you get your straps up. It's gonna be 3rd and 10. Third and 10, faking the handoff, quick pitch right side, and lunging for that deflection. Great defense there by the rookie Colton Powell II. And now it's do or die time here. Miami really doesn't have that many chances left. They got to get the first down to keep the drive alive. Big no drop back needed. Is going to try to turn up, throws it left side, going to be caught on the sideline. Rush that play, and Detroit's going to get yet another stop on 3rd down, what I believe is their 3rd of the game. And looking at how the score is, down 2 scores, could have changed some things if they were able to make a few plays. But it's going to be 1st and 10 coming up here. Detroit looking to burn some clock. There's going to be a gain of 6 as Miami calls their 2nd to last timeout. Going to be handing this one off, trying to find the crease, and going to get shut down there. 3rd and 3 coming up. Handoff, pushing forward, 1st down, easy, inside the 30. No more timeouts there for Miami, and I think we can go ahead and call that game here in favor of the big homies in Detroit. Very well done. Defense won them this one for sure, along with some big plays on offense to give them the chance to keep it going, you know what I'm saying? But gotta give props where props is due. Detroit gets their 5th win of the season. Miami is going to fall to 4 and 3. Detroit moves to 5 and 2, still behind Huntington Beach. But all things considered, they still have a game against them to try to cut into that. And the game, for all intents and purposes, was fairly close until a certain point where Huntington Beach just hit their stride. So I'm looking forward to see that game. But next week's game of the week, I'll say it one more time, it's the battle of the 7-0 teams. Only one could go to 8-0 on the season and take sole level of the number 1 team in the league. So make sure you watch out for DC versus Huntington Beach, and there's going to be a good amount of games before that. And we'll go ahead and get into the statistics. Great week of football. Seeing a 58-57 duel there by New York and Tacoma. So make sure you watch out for that game. Just scoring aplenty. If you love offensive battles there, that was a fun game to watch. Huntington Beach, they won. Detroit, they're going to get the victory against Miami. Who else won? DC, they got their victory. And Pittsburgh also got a dub. So that was a pretty interesting set of ball games there. As we'll do the final drawings here, we got 6 more to do. Mr. Chambers He's going to get 20 more TPE. I'll give you another 20 TPE to Cassidy Dotson. Hawk Busters is going to get one. Austin Wheeler. There's a lot of Huntington Beach players there. And we'll close out with a Tacoma player by the name of Brian Eshelman. So shout out to the big homies there as we check out the stats. And actually, there is 2 more because we did hit 20. I didn't mention it earlier, but either Richard or Spanky Powers is going to get one. DJ Moist Taco doing his thing. And then the last one will go to the winning cornerback here in this ball game. Mikey Jackson there for Detroit is going to go ahead and get one. So we'll check out the stats here. Go ahead and let y'all get to it. Let me go ahead. There you go. So 27, almost 28 minutes there for Detroit, doing his thing, doing their thing, I should say. Miami only had the ball for 20 minutes. Cyril Thomas, 21 for 34, 315 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception there. Jax James, 15 for 31, 181, 2 TDs. Not a fan of that completion percentage, under 50%. Kind of hard to win games like that. But honestly, the pass game and the run game was pretty hurting right there for Miami. Going into the rushing, Tamari Jones doing his thing, 20 for 75 and 1 TD. Tyler Jones on the other side, 8 for 23. As you can see, not a lot of big carries overall. Intervies Quentin got some yards there, averaging 5 on 6. Bucky Irvin Jr., 6 for 30. Jax James, 3 for 21. Ciro, 3 for 7. Thomas Noble, 1 for 3. No fumbles on the game. Longest carried there by Tamari Jones, 12 yards. Jax James had an 11-yarder. Intervies Quentin had a 10-yarder. As we go into the receiving set, Detroit led by I Am Him for Real, 7 for 105, 1 TD. Tito Gonzalez, 4 for 32, 1 TD. Uncle Swoosh, 4 for 85. Montezuma, 3 for 53. Spooky, 1 for 15. Intervies, 1 for 12. Tamari Jones, 1 for 13. Drop wise, Swoosh and Popico had 2. For Real and Willows had 1. And I'm Him for Real had the catch of the game there, 43 yards for the touchdown. Popico and Swoosh each had a gain 20 yards or more, so great job there. On the other side, the leading catcher will be tight end Dusty Rooks, 7 for 87 on the day. Johnny Butkus, 2 for 12. Bucky Irvin Jr., 1 for 3 or 1 for 8. Tyler Jones, 1 for 3. Levi Timms, a second, 1 catch. He made a good right there, 1 for 48, doing his thing. Doing his thing, got the touchdown there over the top of Mikey Jackson. Just ridiculous on that one. Thomas Noble, 1 for 14. Phoenix Jones, 1 for 5. Just Chill, 1 for 4. Drop wise, Butkus, Jones, Chill, they each get 1. And Levi Timms, the second longest catch of the game, 48 yards. Dusty Rooks with a 26-yarder, doing his thing. Defense wise, so you see Yogi Barr leading the way with 15 tackles. Was on defense a lot, so I get it. Matthias Sutherland, Miko Myers pick up 9. Rhino Dobbins pick up 8. Phoenix Jones Jr. picks up 7. D'Angelo Jackson 6. King Maximus 5. Zumi, Ray Smash right there doing their thing. Chris Cross with 2. Jagger Cash with 2. Trayvon Carter with 2. Van Butler gets 1. Anthony Simmons gets 1. Dusty Rooks picks up 1. Rhino Dobbins, 2 tackles for loss. Simmons, Sutherland, Barr, Carter, and Maximus each with 1. And the leading sack man here is actually Anthony Simmons. So Maximus, he's definitely not got it. Rhino Dobbins, he definitely didn't get it either. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. D'Angelo Jackson getting the interception, doing his thing, 52 yards, almost took it to the house. Myers and Jackson each with a pass deflection. No fumbles or anything like that. As we move to the other side here. Okay, there you go. Calvin Thomas looking, sorry about that. Calvin Thomas there with 10 tackles on the day. Trevor Halifax with 6. Jay Underwood with 6. AJ Frost with 5. Reese Rockefeller, RC Ivy, Kamikaze Von Doom, Justin Brown, Damian Chambers each pick up 3. Mikey Jackson, Michael Rory, Sal Stern pick up 2. Sonny D's, Brett Eisenhower, and Cyril Thomas each coming through with a tackle. Crazy. But Damian Chambers there. Tackles for loss 2. Kamikaze Von Doom, Trevor Halifax, Sonny D's, Michael Rory, Jay Underwood, and Styles Stern each pick up 1. Damian Chambers, Styles Stern, Kamikaze Von. Oh, actually, I take that back. So I did say there was an option there for multiple players having more sacks. So I think that will make it that option there. 2+ players tied for most. So whoever voted, which I believe was Devil's Arc, he lost out on his coin there. So it is what it is. Kamikaze Von Doom, Trevor Halifax, and Sonny D's, and Michael Rory each split in a sack. As deflections, Jackson, Brown, and Frost each getting 1. No fumbles, and that's all the defensive stats there. Let's talk about special teams. You know what I'm saying? Field goals made. Javon Gusa made 2. And 2 extra points. Good job. Long as a 40. Thicker kicker. He's going to knock through 2 extra points there. Perfect on the day. Average on the punt, 46.5 there for thicker kicker. Javon Guso averaged 49 on 3 punts. Great job. Kick return wise, 3 for 68 there for Aki. I'm him for real, 1 for 20. Punt return, 3 for 19. Uncle Swoosh, 3 for 17. And that's all the stats there. As we go ahead and move into the scoring summary, started with the Detroit touchdown there to make it 7-0. Going into the second quarter, Detroit scores 2 more times, 1 by touchdown pass, 1 by field goal to close the half. Going into the third quarter, Miami started out with their first touchdown of the game, one of their 2 touchdowns of the game, I should say, and Javon Gusto matches that with another field goal. Then to close out the game, Levi Timms coming through with a big catch to try to get them in, but I'm him for real. He's going to go ahead and seal the deal with the touchdown. Got the 2-point conversion as well. As we go into the highlights, let's go ahead and talk about it, starting with the first highlight here. Montezuma Popoco, I believe that's on the right side. Yes, it is. Going to go ahead and flip it over, and you see right there in coverage was Yogi Bar. He got beat on that one. He hangs on to it. As we go a little bit further up, Tamari Jones, he's going to punch it in for the touchdown, cuts it to the right side and barely gets in there. So good job there. A little bit further up, nothing doing there in the first quarter. Let's go to the second. Jax James sacked in the beginning portion of the second quarter, and he's going to go ahead and run into 2 players there. And who is that? Yeah, that was Michael Rory and the big homie Sonny D splitting a sack. So good job there by those guys. Uncle Swoosh is going to get one of his bigger plays of the game. Look at that guy all the way to the left side, over the top. Perfect pass there by Cyril Thomas, by the way. The reverse Grinches and the normal Grinches. Get a trip check. Yeah, gotta show it off a little bit. Real nice. Great job there. As we see that go. Tito Gonzalez, though, he's gonna score a touchdown. Why do they have me all the way over here? Okay, so that was just a little glitch there, but we got the pass coming. Looking for a man here, gonna step to his right, and he is wide open. Right in between 2 defenders, perfectly placed ball. Miko Myers and D'Angelo right there. Tried to bring it in, and he's gonna hold on to it. So good job there by the tight end. Jax James is gonna get sacked immediately. Following that touchdown, they're going to send 5 at him. 2 of them get home, or Reese Ompos gets home. That's going to be a Damian Chambers sack. As we go to the next highlight, Cyril Thomas on the other side, trying to get a touchdown here. Going to spin away from pressure, but he's going to get sacked there by number 93. So good job there. And that's going to be Anthony Simmons doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Going into the third quarter, Dusty Ruck's going to get himself a catch here. He's on the left side of the formation, cutting with the out route, and he's going to go ahead and make it happen there to kickstart their drive. They got a touchdown, but there's no highlight for it. Uncle Swoosh again with the big play on third down that gets the job done, gets him inside the 35 to about the 30. Great job there. Jax James, he's going to be sacked again in this ball game, looking for a pump fake. He's going to run straight into a sandwich right there. Kamikaze Von Doom and Trevor Halifax doing their thing. And then Cyril Thomas, he's going to get sacked too. They're going to fake the handoff, and he's going to get that immediate inside pressure. King Maximus adding on to a great season. Not quite the big sack total he wanted. He wanted the 30th in the season, but he's not quite there yet. Jax James, he's going to go ahead and push forward, looking for a man right side, and that is just ridiculous right there. Just a little bit off there. I mean, honestly, he's in the right area as Mikey Jackson, but he went to swat it the wrong way. Should have put his hand straight up. Probably could have got that, but it's going to be a bucket regardless. And Levi Timms II is going to take it into the end zone after that. A little bit further up, I'm him for real. He's going to match that touchdown. I believe he's on the left side. Yes, he is. As we're going to see this route, and only they got caught in the zone right there, and they really didn't have any coverage over on this side. As you see right there, the interior, not interior, but like short route that brings up the cornerback here, which left all of this area wide open. And you see right there, he's going to make that catch, easy money. And he's got blocks on the other side too, thereby Mr. Uncle Swoosh playing some teamwork right there to make that touchdown as easy as possible. Therefore, I'm him for real. Big play. And that may be the last play highlight wise. We got a couple of carries, got the kneel down. And yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap this one up here. We are done with week number 7. We've hit the halfway mark, and we're looking to get more games as always. Keep the good vibes rolling, you know what I'm saying. But until the next time, we'll go ahead and talk to you later. Thank you so much for your time, and we out here.